Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Production begins at ammonia plant in Dhofar Governorate. Oman Authority announces new fees for disconnection and restoration of water services. Air India reschedules and cancels some flights to Muscat. Aircraft with 22 people on board makes emergency landing in western Nepal. Liz Truss promises to address energy bill problems if elected. Nearly 1,300 people died due to devastating floods in Pakistan. Real Madrid narrowly beats Betis while Barca cruises past Sevilla in Spanish La Liga. US Open 2022, Serena Williams bids farewell to tennis after third-round loss to Ayla Tomljanovic. Those were the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. Production has begun at the ammonia plant in Dhofar Governorate. The first shipment was exported to international markets. The Global Integrated Energy Group (OQ) announced today the start of production at the ammonia plant in the Dhofar Governorate with a design production capacity of 1,000 metric tons per day of liquid ammonia. The first shipment of ammonia was exported through the port of Salalah through the OQ company, Oman News Agency said in a statement. The ammonia plant is one of the strategic growth projects wholly owned by the OQ Group with an investment of $463 million. The Authority for Public Services Regulations has issued a ministerial decision to amend some provisions for regulating drinking water services. The article of the decision stipulates that the fees for cutting off and restoring the services shall be Omani Rial 7.5 each for cutting off the drinking water service and for restoring the same service. The fees earlier for the same service were Omani Rial 30 each. Indian airliner Air India has announced the cancellation and rescheduling of some flights connecting various Indian cities to Muscat. In a statement, the airline said the following. Due to operational reasons, the following flights have been rescheduled or cancelled. The flights were scheduled between 12th and 13th September. Passengers can also opt for full refund or rebook themselves on alternative dates or routes without any penalties. Accordingly, the tickets can be reissued without charges. We sincerely regret for all the inconvenience caused on this account, the airline said.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Service provider in Nepal made an emergency landing at around 8 a.m. due to technical glitch. Devraj Shalis, information officer at Pokhara Airport, told sources. The plane was returned to Pokhara Airport due to technical problem in the engine. It returned back to the airport within 7 minutes after it was airborne. The pilot reported some issues in the indication and made the landing with the help of a single engine. Investigation over the issue is underway, Shalis added. As per the officer, the plane was back on the runway at 8:06 a.m. There were 18 passengers and 4 crew members on board the aircraft. Earlier in May, the passenger aircraft of Tara Air had crashed into the mountainous terrain, killing all people on board. The aircraft went off the radar on May 30th with 22 people on board and was found in pieces a day later. UK Prime Minister contender Liz Truss on Saturday promised to address energy bill problems right away if elected. If elected, I plan within the first week of my new administration to set out our immediate action on energy bills and energy supply. We need to take difficult decisions to ensure we are not in the position every autumn and winter. Sticking plasters and kicking the can down the road will not do. I am ready to take the tough decisions to rebuild our economy, Truss said in a Saturday article for a UK-based media outlet. UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, who is widely expected to take over from Boris Johnson as the next British Prime Minister, says fixing the UK energy market is her first priority. A source close to the Foreign Secretary told the publication that Truss would embark on a two-track approach, which would include immediate financial support for British households and ways to resolve the energy market problems exposed by the impacts of the coronavirus pandemic and the Ukraine crisis. Last week, US energy regulator Ofgem announced an 80% increase in the energy price cap to £3,549 per year starting October 1st due to rising global energy prices. Since its last revision in April, the energy price cap had stood at £1,971. Ofgem CEO Jonathan Brearley has warned that energy prices are likely to continue to rise and has called on the country's future Prime Minister to take new measures to tackle the problems. Outgoing UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson will soon be replaced as voting by Tory members for their choice between Indian origin former Chancellor Rishi Sunak and Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, which started early August, closed Friday evening. This comes as Sunak 42 and Truss 47 have gone head-to-head in over a dozen debates over the past month to win over the votes of an estimated 160,000 Tory electorates. Johnson will continue to serve as caretaker Prime Minister until a new Tory leader succeeds him. Pakistan's catastrophic floods resulted in the death of nearly 1,300 people in the country even as relief operations continue. The death toll since June has reached 1,290, with 29 people dying in the last 24 hours, the National Disaster Management Authority said on Saturday. Meanwhile, Pakistan government agencies and private NGOs continue with their relief operations described as a humanitarian disaster of epic proportions. Large parts of the country remain submerged, particularly the provinces of Balochistan, Khyber, Pakhtunkhwa and Sindh in the south. At least 180 people have died in Sindh, followed by Khyber, Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, sources reported. At least 1,468,019 houses have been partially or totally damaged, while 736,459 livestock have been killed due to the floods. Aid has flown in from a number of countries, with the first humanitarian assistance flight from France landing on Saturday morning in Islamabad. Initial estimates of the damage have been put at USD $10 billion, but surveys are still being conducted along with international organizations. Federal Minister of Poverty Alleviation and Social Safety Shazia Marie said so far 723,919 families have received the 25,000 cash relief per family and an amount of 18.25 rupees billion has been disbursed. Despite challenges, Benazir Income Support Program rolled out its operations within no time after the announcement by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, she wrote on Twitter. Earlier in a press conference at the National Flood Response and Coordination Centre alongside military officials, Minister for Planning Ahsan Iqbal called on the international community to support Pakistan and assured the nation that the government, supported by its functionaries, would leave no stone unturned to bring normalcy back at the earliest possible time, reported sources. Due to internal displacement, more than 500,000 people are currently living in relief camps across Balochistan, Khyber, Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh and Punjab. The floods that have inundated a third of the country, affecting more than 33 million people, were preceded by 4 heat waves and multiple raging forest fires, the disaster management chief told the high-level meeting, highlighting the effects of climate change in the South Asian nation. Those were the international stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports stories. Real Madrid ended Betis' 100% start of the season in La Liga with a 2-1 win in the Santiago Bernabeu on Saturday afternoon. Vinicius Jr. opened the scoring for Real Madrid after just 9 minutes, and Beatty suffered a stroke of bad luck shortly afterwards when playmaker Nabil Fekir was forced off injury. Sergio Canales' crisp finish levelled the score in the 17th minute, but Rodrigo won the game for Real Madrid in the 65th minute. FC Barcelona survived a difficult opening 20 minutes away to Sevilla before running out as comfortable 3-0 winners. Rafinha put Barca ahead in the 21st minute, nodding home from close range after Robert Lewandowski lob over Sevilla goalkeeper Bono had been cleared off the line. Once ahead, Barca was in complete control and Lewandowski doubled the lead in the 36th minute when he volleyed home after being given too much time and space to control a cross from former Sevilla defender Julian Koundé. Koundé provided another assist 5 minutes after the break as he headed down for Eric Garcia to score after Rafinha cross. Real Sociedad's new signing Omar Sadiq started to pay back his €20 million transfer fee when he headed home the second half equalizer to give his side a 1-1 draw at home to Atletico Madrid. Alvaro Morata put Atletico ahead in the 5th minute after Yannick Carrasco's corner bounced back off the post and later had a goal ruled out for offside in an entertaining game that either side could have won. Antonio Raiola must have thought he had given Mallorca all 3 points when he put them ahead in the 87th minute to home Girona, but Samu Saiz levelled from the penalty spot in the first minute of injury time to save a point for the visitors. American tennis legend Serena Williams bid farewell to the sport on Friday after her defeat to Ayla Tomljanovic of Australia in the third round match of the women's single category in the ongoing US Open 2022. Serena, only a few weeks away from turning 41 and perhaps the greatest woman the world of tennis has ever seen, lost the match 7-5, 6-7, 6-1. Serena was heading into the match ranked at number 605 worldwide, but still the Arthur Ashe Stadium was jam-packed to witness the tennis legend play her 1014th match and perhaps the final one of her storied career, which boasts of 23 Grand Slam single titles, an Open-era record. Williams has 73 WTA Tour titles, with Martina Navratilova of America leading the list with 167, followed by Chris Evert, Stephanie Graf and Court. Tomljanovic, on the other hand, was in red-hot form, having won 15 out of her previous 19 matches. Serena looked to be in control during the opening set, breaking her opponent at love for 5-3 advantage, but her Aussie opponent kept calm and took the set 7-5. Then Tomljanovic was serving at 0-1, 30-40 in the second set. Serena delivered a nifty backhand volley, reigniting her chances in the match and the crowd as well. The Aussie fought back, but proceedings were level at 5-all. A tiebreaker happened and Serena came out on top in the second set to force a decider. In the final set, Tomljanovic took a 3-1 lead, and from that point on there was no looking back for her. She won the final set 6-1 to get possibly the biggest win of her career. Serena played her heart out for 3 hours and 4 minutes but fell short in what could be her final game as a player. "We're going to miss you in the court. #ThankYou Serena," said WTA in a tweet. This is her only third round defeat at US Open besides the one in her 1998 debut against Irina Spurla. Those were all the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.